Fortnite is one of the most popular video games to have ever hit the market. It was one of the first games to introduce a battle royale format in which a random assortment of players would be dropped into a map and were forced to duke it out until there was a final contestant. In December 2021, Fortnite claimed the top spot over behemoths like GTA and Minecraft. Epic Games, the creator of Fortnite, generated $5.8 billion of revenue in the same year. Gamers have been loyal to the company, constantly going back for entertainment ever since its release back in 2017. That is why so many are surprised about their recent scandal. Epic Games is set to pay upwards of $500 million for defrauding children, quite literally tricking kids into giving them their lunch money.
Now give me your lunch money!
So how did Fortnite get into a position where they were able to take over $245 million in a discreet way from people who play the game? And is Fortnite actually run by a secret government that may have a more sinister plan than what is seen at surface level? Epic Games was founded in 1991 by Tim Sweeney. He had been learning how to code at a very early age, teaching himself how to program by reading books and experimenting with different languages and tools in his adolescent years. His passion for coding languages drove the early years of Epic Games' operations. The company was focused on developing tools and technology for game developers. Their first success was the release of Unreal Engine, a popular game engine that has been used to develop many successful games, including BioShock Infinite and Far Cry 5. The company likely had a relatively small team at this time, as it was just starting out and was not yet a major player in the gaming industry. They continued to become more prominent as they decided to start developing and releasing their own games, including Gears of War. This was a commercial success, selling 5 million copies worldwide in its first year and having subsequent spin-offs of the game, which sold over 22 million copies collectively by 2017. This means that the company already had good experience under its belt, but were about to have their greatest success yet. In September 2017, the team released Fortnite. Originally meant to pin players against hordes of zombies when it first started development back in 2010, instead switched gears and decided to piggyback off of the fast-growing success of other games like PUBG with the Battle Royale format. They innovated in this space, introducing a building mechanic to the category. Initially, there were only 50 people designated to run the servers of the game. They soon had to triple this amount due to the exponential success of the product. The team took a new approach to generating revenues not seen in console games before. Rather than having an upfront cost like FIFA games or GTA, it was instead free to play. The core mechanics of the game is available to everyone in the world as long as they have an internet connection. The team did not generate any money at all in its first month, even after getting 1 million users in this short time span. This was of course short-lived, as Epic introduced the launch of Seasons. This had players gain XP from achievements while playing the game that would allow users to customize their virtual avatar, aka skins. Once they achieved a certain level in Fortnite, players could purchase these skins from the in-game marketplace. This was a revolutionary model in this format of games, luring users in with a free-to-play strategy and strongly encouraging microtransactions, which was usually the model for mobile games, which need much less maintenance than a huge online video game, which is why the industry had been charging an upfront cost for large-scale projects since its inception. Its success continued to skyrocket in 2018, spawning its very own streaming superstars like Ninja, and even having Drake and multiple professional athletes become obsessed with playing the game and beating it, while simultaneously becoming worldwide phenomenon across the entire globe, where friends would physically get together to play and were celebrated if they were the last one standing. If there was ever a precursor to NFTs becoming as popular as they did, or the metaverse being a real thing, it sure started around this time when people were spending their hard-earned cash on cosmetic upgrades for their in-game character. It was estimated that 77% of registered users in 2020 had purchased in-game upgrades. The average amount spent by each user was $102.42. Solid business plan, considering it doesn't cost them anything to add a new outfit to your virtual character. Today, Fortnite has 400 million registered users and over 83 million active monthly users. It is especially popular among young Generation Z individuals. Over 60% of players are under 24 years old. This makes sense considering the amount of adolescent kids infatuated with the game. It is possible that Epic realized this opportunity and wanted to exploit kids since they are an easier target to scam. News recently broke in December 2022 that the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, severely reprimanded the gaming company. Their reasoning was that the company broke children's privacy laws and fooled users into making unintentional purchases. This was broken down into two separate fines. They are being charged $275 million for their violation of FTC regulations and are involuntarily going to have to refund another $245 million to users that were duped by these dark practices. These are record charges equaling a $520 million net loss. FTC Chair Lina Khan said, Epic used privacy-invasive default settings and deceptive interfaces that tricked Fortnite users, including teenagers and children. The FTC went on to say that Fortnite was purposefully exposing minors to dangerous and psychologically traumatizing and bullying. The FTC will have Epic turn off default text and voice settings. They call the deceptive purchases digital dark patterns. Many parents alleged that one-time purchases in the game would oftentimes lead to hundreds of dollars of extra charges as the credit card was saved on file without a corresponding notification. In addition, Epic was also accused of intentionally implementing an interface that led to many accidental purchases. This was done by swapping the purchase and preview buttons and putting the two options decidedly close together on mobile devices, which led to a lot of accidental fat finger purchases when gamers just wanted to preview the skins on their avatars. The FTC has recently been coming down and enforcing regulations on gaming giants. Besides fining Epic over $500 million in December 2022, they also halted the biggest potential gaming industry deal in history in the same month. Microsoft had plans to buy Activision, the maker of Call of Duty, for $69 billion. As they attempt to expand their massive video game portfolio, the FTC cited that there would be competition concerns with Microsoft being too powerful and having a stronghold over the industry if the acquisition were to go through. Something of note is that Epic Games is a private company. This means that it is not publicly traded on the stock market and is ran by a small group of shareholders rather than many public investors. They are in turn not beholden to demands of so many shareholders and have all the say in company decisions and direction. They also do not need to disclose their accounting records or other financial information. So how exactly do they receive funding? Well, now they have a lot of capital by selling their products, but being a private company, they can also receive venture capital funding. In 2012, they received $330 million in funding from the Chinese conglomerate Tencent. Tencent is headquartered in Shenzhen, China, and is one of the largest companies in the world by market capitalization. Like many large companies in China, Tencent is subject to government regulations and oversight. The Chinese government has a significant influence on the country's economy and business environment, and it has the power to shape the policies and regulations that companies like Tencent must follow. As a result, Tencent and other companies in China may need to consider the government's views and priorities when making business decisions. It is an interesting judgment considering that TikTok, a relatively new social media, also has large Chinese influences and has been deemed as invasive and manipulative by many US regulators. Not only are Fortnite and TikTok very popular in American culture, but they are also the favorite forms of media and entertainment for many Western individuals within Generation Z. It was estimated that over 100 million hours of Fortnite is streamed every month on Twitch alone. This number does not include other platforms like YouTube and Mixer. How is it that China controls these two behemoths in terms of usage and attention for the majority of kids? Is it possible that the government is intentionally engineering forms of media that are highly addictive and have a large influence on minors in society? Regardless of the true intentions of the government and Epic, it is safe to say that Fortnite will continue being a gaming staple for the foreseeable future. Having just recently passed its previous annual revenue record and having more registered users and active users than ever before. The $500 million fine seems like a drop in the bucket when the developer studio makes multiples of billions a year on their many software and gaming products. What do you think about Fortnite's practices and its influence on the younger generation? Is it harmless fun or more nefarious than just a video game trying to make $1? Let me know what you think down below. Also, if you have any recommendations of what I should cover next, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and give a thumbs up, as I will continue to make more profitable entertainment. Feel free to check out my previous videos if you haven't already. I am Rafe, and have a great rest of your day.